From sleek aerodynamic marvels to pure American muscle, we're about to unveil 13 cars that time forgot. Number 1. Ford Model 18. When Ford unveiled the Model 18 in 1932, it sent shockwaves through the automotive world. Why? This wasn't just another car, it was the first affordable V8 engine on the market. Skeptics doubted Henry Ford could pull it off. How could he possibly make a powerful V8 that the average Joe could afford? But Ford had a few tricks up his sleeve. The Model 18's innovative design included a single-piece engine block, which was cheaper to produce. It wasn't all smooth sailing, though. Early production faced challenges with cracking engine blocks and overheating issues. Despite these hiccups, the Model 18 took America by storm. It offered the power of a luxury car at a fraction of the price. Suddenly, V8 performance wasn't just for the rich. The Model 18 paved the way for future hot rods and muscle cars, forever changing the American automotive landscape. Number 2. Chevrolet Master Deluxe. While Ford was busy changing the game with V8 power, Chevrolet had a different vision. Picture a car that could make you feel like $1 million without breaking the bank. How did GM manage to sell over 300,000 units of this mystery model in its first year alone? Right in the middle of economic turmoil. Enter the Chevrolet Master Deluxe, GM's stylish answer to Ford's V8 revolution. This wasn't just another car. It was a statement on wheels. With its streamlined design and elegant body lines, the Master Deluxe turned heads wherever it went. It was like driving a piece of art, but at a price that didn't require you to sell one. GM knew they couldn't just compete on power alone. They needed something special. So they packed the Master Deluxe with features that made drivers feel like they were in a much pricier ride. A smoother suspension, a more refined interior. It was all about giving folks a taste of luxury during tough times. Number 3. Packard XII. As Chevrolet brought style to the masses, another manufacturer was redefining luxury itself. Imagine a car so opulent, it became a diplomatic gift between world leaders during the Great Depression. The Packard XII, introduced in 1933, was more than just a car. It was a rolling palace of engineering marvels and exquisite craftsmanship. At its heart was a massive V12 engine, initially 7.3 liters and later enlarged to 7.8 liters. This power plant was so smooth, it could reportedly balance a coin on edge while running. But the 12 wasn't just about raw power. Every detail was meticulously crafted by hand, from the plush interiors to the custom body styles. Buyers could choose from a variety of finishes, ensuring their Packard was truly one of a kind. Who drove these luxurious behemoths? Well, none other than President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who gifted one to Joseph Stalin in 1935. Talk about power moves during tough times. The Packard XII set a new standard for luxury cars, proving that even in the darkest economic times, there was still a market for uncompromising quality and comfort. Number 4. Chrysler Airflow. While Packard was setting new standards for luxury, Chrysler was busy breaking the mold entirely. Imagine a car that looked so different from its contemporaries that people couldn't decide if it was brilliant or bizarre. The Chrysler Airflow wasn't just ahead of its time, it was rewriting the rules of automotive design. But would the public be ready for such a dramatic departure from tradition? When Chrysler unveiled the Airflow in 1934, it was unlike anything on the road. Its sleek, rounded shape was a far cry from the boxy cars of the era. Chrysler had spent countless hours in the wind tunnel, perfecting a design that slipped through the air like a fish through water. The result? A car that was more efficient and stable at high speeds. But the public wasn't quite ready for such a radical change. The Airflow's unconventional looks drew skepticism and even ridicule. Sales figures were disappointing, with only about 25,000 units sold during its production run. It seemed that being too innovative could be a risky business in the automotive world. Number 5. Buick Century. As Chrysler pushed the boundaries of design, Buick was cooking up a different kind of revolution. What if you could have your cake and eat it too? Enter the Buick Century, a car that would challenge everything we thought we knew about luxury and performance. Buick faced a unique challenge: how to blend the comfort of a luxury car with the thrill of a hot rod. It was like trying to mix oil and water, but Buick was determined to make it work. In 1936, they unveiled their solution, the Century, powered by a beastly 5.2-liter straight-eight engine pumping out 165 horsepower. This wasn't just any car. It was a banker's hot rod, appealing to well-to-do folks who wanted to feel the wind in their hair without sacrificing their status. Number 6. Ford Model 40. While Buick was blending luxury and power, Ford wasn't resting on its laurels. The Model 40 hit the streets in 1933, building on the success of the groundbreaking Model 18. Ford knew they had to up their game. The competition was heating up, and customers were expecting more bang for their buck. The Model 40 didn't disappoint. Ford engineers went to town on the V8 engine, ironing out those pesky overheating issues and boosting reliability. They also gave the suspension and brakes a serious upgrade, making for a smoother, more comfortable ride. It was like the Model 18's cooler, more refined cousin. And boy, did people love it. The Model 40 flew off the lots, cementing Ford's reputation as the king of affordable performance. It was the car that let average Joes feel like race car drivers without emptying their wallets. Even the police got in on the action, making the Model 40 a common sight in many departments. Number 7. Duesenberg Model J. As the Great Depression gripped America, an audacious automotive marvel defied the economic downturn. What car dared to flaunt excess when bread lines stretched around city blocks? Enter the Duesenberg Model J, a vehicle so opulent it makes modern luxury cars look positively mundane. Unveiled just before the Wall Street crash, the Model J continued to attract wealthy buyers throughout the 1930s. Why? It wasn't just a car. It was a statement. With a wheelbase nearly 12 feet long, this behemoth commanded attention wherever it went. Under the hood, a monstrous 6.9-liter straight-eight engine purred, ready to unleash its power at a moment's notice. But the real magic of the Model J was its bespoke nature. Buyers could commission custom bodies from independent coach builders, resulting in truly one-of-a-kind vehicles. Hollywood stars like Clark Gable and Gary Cooper couldn't resist its allure. Even the Maharaja of Alwar got in on the action, proving the Model J's global appeal. Number 8. Lincoln Zephyr. Just when you thought you'd seen the pinnacle of 1930s automotive excess, along came a car that turned convention on its head. The Lincoln Zephyr wasn't just another luxury vehicle. It was a bold experiment in aerodynamics that challenged everything people thought they knew about high-end automobiles. How did this streamlined sensation manage to win over the hearts of America's elite during one of the nation's darkest economic hours? Enter Eugene Turenne Gregory, the mastermind behind the Zephyr's revolutionary design. Working closely with Edsel Ford, Gregory crafted a car that looked like it was moving even when standing still. The Zephyr's smooth, flowing lines were a far cry from the boxy shapes dominating the roads. But would luxury buyers embrace this radical new look? As it turns out, they couldn't get enough of it. The Zephyr hit the streets in 1936, and in its first year alone, Lincoln sold over 15,000 units. This sleek beauty wasn't just about looks, though. Its low center of gravity and balanced chassis made for a ride so smooth, it felt like gliding on air. Critics raved about the Zephyr, praising its perfect blend of style and substance. Number 9. Cadillac Series 60. While Lincoln was turning heads with the Zephyr, Cadillac was cooking up its own recipe for success. But instead of following the aerodynamic trend, they had a different ace up their sleeve. What if luxury could be both powerful and accessible? The Series 60 was about to show America just that. Introduced in 1936, the Cadillac Series 60 was a game changer. Cadillac faced a tough challenge: how to keep their luxury reputation while appealing to a broader market during the Great Depression. Their solution? A car that packed a punch without emptying your wallet. Number 10. Oldsmobile Ford Dr. Sedan. Just as the automotive industry thought it had seen it all, Oldsmobile was preparing to unveil a technology that would shake the foundations of driving. Imagine a car that could think for itself. Sound like science fiction? In the 1930s, it nearly was. Enter the Oldsmobile four-seater sedan, the first mass-produced car to feature the Hydra-matic automatic transmission. This wasn't just a new gadget. It was a complete reimagining of how we interact with our cars. No more clutch pedal, no more manual gear changes. The Hydra-matic used a clever hydraulic system to shift gears based on speed and load, all on its own. Number 11. Nash Ambassador. While Oldsmobile was changing gears, Nash was changing the temperature. In an era when most cars left passengers shivering or sweltering, Nash introduced a feature so groundbreaking it would become standard in every vehicle for generations to come. But what was this mysterious innovation, and why did it matter so much? Enter the Nash Ambassador, a car that dared to prioritize passenger comfort in an age of streamlined efficiency. Nash faced a unique challenge: how to make a car that was both cozy and aerodynamic. Their solution? The revolutionary Weather Eye heating system. This wasn't just any old heater. It allowed for precise temperature control, a luxury unheard of in most 1930s cars. Number 12. Chevrolet Suburban. Imagine a vehicle so versatile it could transform from a family wagon to a cargo hauler in minutes. In the midst of the Great Depression, Chevrolet dared to dream big with a creation that would outlast nearly every other car from its era. What made this vehicle so special, and how did it evolve from a simple workhorse to an American icon? Enter the Chevrolet Suburban, introduced in 1935. This wasn't just another car. It was a whole new category of vehicle. Built on a truck chassis, the Suburban offered the durability of a workhorse with the comfort of a passenger car. It could seat up to 8 people or haul a mountain of cargo with its seats removed. In its early years, the Suburban found fans among families needing extra space and businesses requiring reliable transport. Its rugged construction made it perfect for everything from family road trips to hauling equipment across rough terrain. While sales were modest at first, the Suburban's unique blend of utility and versatility carved out a niche that would only grow over time. Number 13. Ford V8 Sedan. Ever wondered how hot rod culture began? It all started with an unlikely hero, a family sedan that packed a punch under the hood. The Ford V8 Sedan wasn't just another car, it was the spark that ignited a performance revolution during the Great Depression. In 1932, Ford unveiled their game-changing 221 cubic inch V8 engine, delivering a whopping 65 horsepower. This wasn't just about raw power, it was about bringing that power to the masses. The V8 sedan offered a smooth, powerful driving experience at a price that didn't break the bank. Law enforcement quickly caught on to the V8's potential. Police departments across America snapped up these speedy sedans, giving them an edge in high-speed pursuits. But it wasn't just the cops who loved the V8. Car enthusiasts saw its potential too, modifying these affordable powerhouses into the first hot rods.